For those who may not be familiar, let's get them familiar. I'm having a conversation with Big Hooks right now, right?
Yes, yes, man.
So you have 6 albums, 4 mixtapes, with the latest one being Visionary No Days Off, right?
Yes.
Yes, amazing. So I think you have 3 songs that are over 1 million streams.
Yes, I have 3 songs and over 1 million streams. And there's one banger right now. It's going viral with Gyptian and my artist from my country, Taji, Panchak. Shout out to all of them.
I love that. I love that. I love that. That is so fire. So you said from your country. Tell people where you're from.
My name is Big Hooks. Was born and raised in Africa, Cameroon, to be specific. Moved to Germany at a young age. That's where, I started the whole movement with music. I went to school in Germany, then moved to the US. Doing music now for quite some time. And in between, I've been managing artists as well. So I pretty much cover like everything in the music industry in terms of artist management and production and, recording process. And, probably you've seen in my EPK, I have a book, where I cover everything in terms of, the business part of music and being an artist as well.
I love that. So you grew up in Cameroon and then you went to university in Germany. And first off, you have like a master's in biomedical engineering or something like that?
Yes.
So how did you?
I usually don't talk about that because this is the first interview. Yeah, this is the first interview I'm talking about that for real. Yeah, I come from a background where, our parents have been so strict.
Yeah.
Thing has been, like part of me growing up. I went to college, in high school. Mm-hmm. So dance and sing along song with Afrobeat and stuff like that. But, our parents are so strict. They always want you to, be something, to go to school. That's all they know. Where, you could do sport. You could be a, very professional. You can be professional from that. So me, after my high school, my dad, had some, family friends. So I went to Germany. That's when I went to school. After high school, so I did part of my school in Germany. Then I went to college. So in between that time in college, I had to sponsor myself. I was hustling, doing events with the music, performing, open places as well. And yeah, I just took the thing to a different level when I saw, the reaction of the fans and, people gravitating to it. And yeah, just to expand my brand. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. Sometimes you got to convince the parents. They don't always see the dream, but you got to do what you got to do,
Right.
That's beautiful. So, so you took off as a solo artist. And recently you just did like a worldwide tour. What were some of the locations and things that you did?
That's great. I'm excited always to talk about that because I went back to Africa. The worldwide tour started in Europe. I went back to Africa, and it was more of like a give back to my people. So I started in Cameroon in December last year. I did like a Christmas pop-up. Back to the less privileged, the orphanage kids. I went to like 2 orphanage, and everything that I gave back was coming from the tour. So I kind of give everything that I got from the profit and to my people, just to helping hands. And I'm advocate to that, like trying to see others, empowering others. That's I think.
I love that.
That was one stop. Then I went to Sierra Leone. That was where I have a lot of fun. I love Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is part of West Africa, close to close to Senegal, Guinea. Yeah, that was excellent. That was so nice. They received of really, really, the welcome was so warm. And we did the same thing, went to school, to some girls' school, like 2 of them, give the profits, trying to, talk to the kids, encourage them, just to give them hopes, you know what I mean? Because I come from there, from motherland. So they were happy to see that someone came back, and Sierra Leone was one of those countries where I just kind of relate to it, even though I wasn't born there, but their welcome was crazy. Shout out to all my team in Sierra Leone. Shout out to Soma. Shout out to my whole crew there in Sierra Leone, man. I can't wait to go back there.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So I think it's amazing that, you know, clearly you're giving back. You're not just the artist that, you know, some people just take their fame and then that's it and they leave it for them. You're also giving back to those, giving back to where you came from. And
Right.
also you manage artists as well.
Yes. I managed like before I started really like before I took it serious, right? I was just managing. Before I just used to just do like hook line, like chorus. I'm more of a, I have that structural mindset of, like putting things in place that things currently, which is more of the management skills that I got. And, my background from what I studied. So I'm just implementing it to the business, So I was managing artists, I'm still managing and I manage myself. Shout out to my manager. So we all just do things together. And I have like 4 artists that are young artists that I'm trying to push that I manage right now. So
you want to give them a quick shout out, let the world know.
Shout out to Naku is the first one. That boy is crazy. He's good. He's from PA, Pennsylvania, from York, PA. Shout out to Lou Ali. Lou Ali is one of those artists from DMV. He's called King of Laura. It's the DMV. So he's a serious artist because he went with me to Africa. He was in the state, and he when he heard that I was going on tour, he's like, what we doing? I want to follow. So he bought a ticket, and that's why I took him serious. Because it's hard to find people that just make the decision to invest in their career, particularly in music, because it's so tough, So he went to me to Africa, and I just decided to just help him push the button and just show him the direction, because most of them, they don't understand the artist development. It's a process to really be the way I am right now. It's a whole longer process where you have to, work accordingly and invest in yourself, and believe in yourself. Yeah.
And so you also
shout out to Mike, shout out to few other artists that I just pushed, Ray Walker. A lot of them here in the DMV where, they always hit me up. I just give them free game, like advice, what to do.
That's beautiful. And speaking on you giving game, talk a little bit about your book, From the Music to the Money.
Oh, that's this is a book, like you said, managing artists. I feel like, my journey, it's only right to put something down in the form of a book where it could, aspiring artists, serious artists who want to take their career to the next level. And that's why I came about this book. Shout out to Amazing Book. They're the one that helped me to put the book together. Shout out to them. And the book is called From the Music to the Money. It's just to show, I'm just trying to inspire, young artists, aspiring artists who want to go to the next level, how the music business is structured. From my point of view, my journey, how I got into the radio, on TV. But the most important part of it, you have to believe in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. So me doing all of that, there's certain parameters that you have to put in place. You have to understand your style. You have to understand how recording process, all of that is in this book. So you can find this book on Amazon, on Kindle, it's everywhere. It's called From the Music to the Money. It's by me, Big Hooks, but it's my real name there, George Youngo. So if you just Google Music to the Money, you can find me everywhere.
I love that. And I love that you gave us a tip from the book too, so that people know what they're going to be, what they could look out for.
Right.
So what else do you have coming up right now? Do you have any shows, any other events?
I have, the song that I have with Gyptian is going viral. I'm so happy. I have a new team. Shout out to Ron. He's the one trying to put everything in place. Shout out to Ray. Shout out to my team. I'm so happy even to speak with you. It's a whole different platform. I'm so happy that you got me on your platform.
Absolutely. And that song is so fire. Like, I know you must be very happy, especially having a reggae legend like Gyptian on there too.
Correct. I'm blessed. I'm honored to have the song, and people gravitating to it, and we're just pushing it. And I'm trying to go back on tour, do a couple of shows. I have something coming up August 20. I do that like yearly in my area, in DMV area. It's a second annual for my label, Straight Team, because I'm the CEO of the label. I just get artists to perform, serious artists. Most of my artists will perform, and we have like fashion shows. We have free. We have food, drinks. Then my liquor tasting. I have a liquor that I partner with Fat Dog. Shout out to Fat Dog. It's called Taji Vodka. So we tasting on that too that day, August 20. Yeah, then I'm looking forward to perform to some other shows. Reggae Festival coming in DC. I might be performing there too. And then I'm going to Europe before that, you know, to do some other businesses there, you know. Then,
Well, that's really, really beautiful. I love hearing all the
yeah,
amazing things that
I'm
you're
working,
doing.
trying to shake things myself.
Yes, that's how you
Oh,
got to
yeah,
do it. You got to keep doing it. I
yeah,
love that you're promoting yourself, you're promoting
right,
your artists, and that you're helping aspiring artists, because I think that's really important.
right,
Even to the point of your own story, you know, sometimes people don't always have people pushing them. You know, they want you
right,
to go one way and you want to go another way. So the fact that you're
right.
being, you know, that catalyst to help people get to where they go, I think is really beautiful.
Correct, correct. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that I see them like my icon that I just them on interviews, just be inspired by them. You know, most of these artists that hang around me, they're blessed, you know, that I could speak with them face to face. Most of my game I get just, you know, going on internet. Internet is so powerful. It's an honor even having this era that we can go on internet and research. So I'm happy. It's a good perfect time for any artist that is serious and take the step, their career to the
Especially
next
now
level.
too, because you're an indie artist, right? Like you were signed, but now you're an indie
Yeah, I
artist. So
was
the
signed with
internet is,
yeah with Sony Red and
yeah, so the internet is
yeah,
definitely a helpful tool.
right. Right.
Well, who were some of your musical influences, like when you were growing up, you know, people who you saw that kind of made you feel like you wanted to do this?
Yeah, from you know, I was fully a hip hop artist, like in terms of like listening to West Coast and the South. So I grew up listening to like Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, you know, all the legend. Yeah, then from the South, I was listening to like T.I., Jeezy, Gucci Man. Gucci Man is somebody I follow because I see his hustle. And
Hmm.
yeah, Bun B, those are people that inspire me from the South. So my style back then with hip hop was like in between the East Coast and the West Coast. But now I shout out to my boy Tito Grams. He's the one who like, yo, Hooks, man, you're African, man. You got to tap into Afrobeat. So I was watching, but I know it'd be easy for me because my accent, I could, you know, speak pidgin English that we used to make this music. So he told me like, I like, bro, get the right tool. So he said, hook me up with a big producer. I was like, oh, that's good. So he got me with Remo The Hitmaker. Remo is the one who produced the song.
Nice.
Shout out to Remo. So went up to Quad Studio. He was producing the song, and I was just vibing to it. And it came out, and that song gave me a platinum plaque.
That's beautiful. That is so
Yeah.
beautiful. That's
So
an
right
amazing
now,
accomplishment.
yeah. So right now I'm in between hip hop and Afrobeat, but I'm fully on the Afrobeat lane now because that's what it was so hard. You know what? It was hard to switch up my fans. You know,
Hmm.
to follow this route that I, you know, reinvented
Where
myself.
you started, right? Hmm.
Yeah. So I had to really, you know, it took a lot of psychological, you know, things that I did just to get into their mind, test them, see how they're feeling with the music. It took a long while now they start accepting it. Because now you're telling your fans that you have that core fans, like, they don't understand the music you're doing now. But now Afrobeat is growing now so rapidly, and I'm gravitating to it, and my fans they love what I'm doing. So most of them is like, bro, just stick to the Afrobeat, you know, you got to touch some hip hop sometimes, you know. So
I love that. I love that they're being supportive. I think honestly, if you bring the same energy that you had with your hip hop songs to your Afrobeat songs, that's it's automatically a hit. So I say
right,
keep going for it. Everybody loves to dance. It's inside of us. It's innately in
right,
us. So you just got to keep those vibes going.
right. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with me. I really appreciate it. If there's any last things that you want to tell us for people, feel free to go ahead right now.
Hey, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'll thank you again. It's always a blessing, an honor to, you know, everybody to, you know, give me that hands to be on the platform. I'm so appreciative. I want to tell everybody who's listening, just stay, believe in yourself, stick to your dreams, don't give up, and just stay dedicated and try to invest in yourself because, you know, right now, it's so powerful. I tell every aspiring artist, if you can do everything without a level, but have the, you know, option of going to a major level, you just do that. And my book is saying that. So go check it. It's called From the Music to the Money. It's just 19, almost $20. So check it on Kindle and Amazon. If you Google it, Music to the Money, you're gonna find it. Shout out to our amazing book. Shout out to all my fans. Shout out to everyone, you know, that's listening to me. It's an honor to be that in that position where I could inspire anybody that listening to me. And shout out to my team And shout out to you and shout out to Ron, everybody. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Big Hooks. I appreciate you for chatting. And you have a blessing. Keep us posted on everything you're doing. We'll make sure to follow you. Shout out to IG and your social media so people know where to find you.
Yeah, thank you. You should follow me on Big Hooks, is BIGHOOKZ on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Google.
Yeah.
Find me everywhere.
Already know you on IG, so y'all go follow. Get him over that, you know.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Peace. You have a good one, brother.
You too. Take care.